Welcome to this webcast on the curriculum in design technology. This webcast is brought to you by Primary DT and is written and delivered by Lawrence Keel. In this webinar we are going to look how early year settings in primary schools lay the foundations for future learning in design technology as children progress into key stages 1 and 2. From the time they are born, children are constantly interacting with a range of products, whether they be food products that they eat or toys that they play with. For the first 2 years of life, children play by exploring things that are given to them or are in their immediate environment. Gradually, they begin to make choices about them, whether they like the food that they are given or whether they like the toys that they are given to play with. They are already beginning to evaluate products in terms of do they like them, or do they like what they do, or do they meet their needs. From the age of 2, children start to become more imaginative and creative, making things using a range of materials and beginning to develop the skills and techniques needed to create things. As children begin their formal education in an early years setting, they are provided with more knowledge and new experiences to help them make more informed choices about the products they will make and the skills and techniques that they might use. And children's experiences of the curriculum in primary schools should be seen as continuous from the beginning of the foundation stage right through to the end of key stages. For subject leaders in design technology and Key Stage 1 and Key Stage 2 classroom practitioners, it is important to know what the subject looks like in early years and how these foundations of design technology can be built upon as children move into Key Stages 1 and 2. But equally important is for early years practitioners to understand what the subject looks like in Key Stages 1 and Key Stages 2, so that they are able to plan and provide those learning experiences in the foundation years that will be built upon as the children progress through the primary school. It is therefore essential that early years staff understand the requirements of the national curriculum and have the DT subject knowledge to plan for and provide quality learning experiences for the children. Within the EYFS framework, there are no separate subjects as such, and children's learning and experiences in design technology straddles across the strands of understanding the world and expressive arts and designs. As mentioned in the introductory webcast, technology is everything that has been designed and made by humankind, and therefore so understanding this technology, how it works and how it is made, helps children to understand the world around them. When making things using a range of tools, techniques and materials, children will have the opportunity to express their creativity and to explain the processes that they have used. An effective early years setting will already be delivering a range of activities and experiences that lay the foundations for further learning in design technology, some of which are on the screen now. However, if staff are unfamiliar with the national curriculum requirements for design technology, they may not realise that they are providing these opportunities. In early years, it is very much about how the learning environment is set up, and not just the physical environment that the children inhabit, but also the way in which the early years practitioners direct and encourage children to be curious, to investigate, to explore and to make things. Research has shown that early years professionals can lack the confidence and subject knowledge and experiences in developing DT activities in the early years, and this can be an area in which the subject leader can support these practitioners in identifying their good practice that can be linked to further learning in design technology. In the example on the screen, a group of children could be led through a discussion about the toy dumper truck as an opportunity to lay down the foundations for future learning in DT. Children could discuss the toy they are playing with, why they have chosen to play with this toy, what does the toy do, and this is an opportunity to introduce the idea of a product having a function or doing a job, and for the children to begin to articulate why they have chosen to engage with this particular product. This could be followed by more specific questioning and discussions about the actual product, linking it to a real-life dumper truck. What is its name? Do the children know the names of any parts of the toy? What material has been used to make the toy? When discussing toy vehicles and wheels that go round, Do they know the names of any other vehicles and their functions, such as a car, a train, an ambulance or a bike? It is also an opportunity to begin to introduce some technical knowledge about materials, structures and mechanical systems about how things move. Extending the discussion, the practitioner could ask the children about whether they would like this toy as a present and begin to give reasons for their choices, or they could be asked who in their group do they think would like a toy truck for their birthday, and again be encouraged to give reasons for their answers. And underpinning all the learning in this activity is children communicating and using language by asking and answering questions, discussing, learning new words, offering ideas and listening to other people's ideas and expressing their feelings and viewpoints. So again, in this activity, we are laying the foundations for future learning in Key Stage 1, where children might be expected to include a mechanical system such as a wheel and axle into a product they are making, such as a teddy buggy, or to design and make a celebration card that includes a simple lever and pivot moving part. In developing provision for design technology in early years settings, we can divide the provision into 4 main areas. Construction. This could include children making things using a range of materials such as wooden blocks, sand and water, plasticine and junk material, making tool products and investigating ways of joining different materials together, making models of things from real life through junk modelling, making simple products for a purpose and then beginning to change things as they construct them, reflecting on their creations and refining them. Or they can be guided to make simple products such as a paper bag or a spoon puppet or a fairy cake. We can also give the children the opportunity to investigate and explore things through providing them with opportunities to dismantle and take things apart, the opportunity to handle and feel products made from different materials, and finding out how things work through the use of tinker tables. We can also provide real-life environments for them to play in on a small scale and make sense of the world around them. Setting up a cafe or a supermarket and beginning to discuss healthy foods and the importance of eating lots of fruit and vegetables, or setting up a small garage to allow the children to play with vehicles, understand how they move, and to repair them with toy tools. This lays the groundwork for future learning around evaluating existing products, materials and their properties, understanding mechanical systems and how they make things work. Through constructing, exploring and investigating, children will begin to use an increasing range of tools and equipment. They will learn their names and what they are used for. They will begin to learn which tools are associated with making things using different materials and techniques, and through the use of these tools they will begin to develop their mathematical skills in measurement, counting, calculating and their awareness of size and shape. Eventually they will combine these skills to begin to develop an awareness of choosing the correct tool for the right job in hand. The 4th area is through providing children with guided cooking opportunities. Such activities lay the foundations for further work later in the curriculum, as children are beginning their learning journey in developing cooking skills and techniques, and also building knowledge through exploring food, its taste, its texture and its appearance, and beginning to develop a taste vocabulary. They will also use cooking utensils to mix and combine food and learn simple skills such as mixing, stirring, pouring and weighing. They will understand that food is a product that can be made, and they will know the names of some fruit and vegetables and other common ingredients. And we can also introduce some basic hygiene rules for children to observe when working with food. And central to all these activities is the children discussing their learning, encouraging them to ask challenging questions and developing and extending their vocabulary. As mentioned earlier, in an effective early years setting, this is all likely to be taking place, but it sometimes just needs to be teased out and seen in the perspective of effective learning in design technology and included in any curriculum documentation for the subject. Design technology subject leaders are often asked how well do you know what is going on in early years in terms of the subject, And how does your curriculum in design technology at key stages 1 and 2 build on the children's experiences in early years? The following 2 slides are taken from guidance produced by Cumberland Council for subject leaders on how the learning environment can contribute to effective design technology learning in the early years. And it is well worth a look at if you are visiting your early years setting, and what you might expect to see the children doing and what you might expect practitioners to be doing as well. This slide is included to provide information about how design technology experiences and learning can contribute to children reaching the early learning goals by the end of the foundation stage. For those of you who are using this series of webcasts to review provision for design technology in your school, Section 2 of the audit focusing on early years and design technology can be downloaded from the webcast section on our website. Use these audit questions and the content from this webcast to identify the strengths and weaknesses within the early years setting in terms of how children are prepared in early years for future learning in design technology. All units of work, product examples, teaching ideas, photos and learning activities featured in this webcast have been taken from the Primary Design Technology Scheme of Work. The Primary DT website provides information about the content of over 50 units of work that have been written as part of the Primary Design Technology Scheme of Work. Each unit is available for immediate digital download from the website and is priced at £10 each. Each unit of work includes medium-term planning, lesson presentation slides, a knowledge organiser and all the digital resources needed to teach the unit. Discount prices are available for schools wishing to buy multiple units of work in order to create a scheme of work or to supplement their existing scheme. The Primary DT website also contains many resources and guidance that can be downloaded free of charge.